Désiré Doué doesn't follow me on Instagram. What the hell is that? And he asks me to tell Neymar to follow him back. When Marcelo is asked which young players he enjoys watching, I love Jamal Musiala, I love Doué, but he doesn't even follow me on Instagram. Significant progress has been made regarding Carlos Soler's transfer to Villarreal. Thanks to recent sales revenue, the Spanish club is prioritizing the Spanish international as a key target. The player has expressed his desire to leave PSG, which has accelerated the deal. He now hopes to return to La Liga and get back to his best form, and his destination is already set: Villarreal. Fenerbahce wants to sign Skriniar, Asensio, and Kang In Lee. Negotiations, led by President Ali Koch, aim to finalize the three transfers simultaneously. Following progress in talks with PSG, Fenerbahce reportedly intends to bring all three players to Istanbul on the same flight. PSG overtaken by Tottenham for Zabarnyi. Tottenham Hotspur is ready to pay €70 million including bonuses, the amount requested by Bournemouth. Paris Saint-Germain is also very interested and has made several bids, including one worth €60 million, but all were rejected by Bournemouth. For now, the Ukrainian defender's priority remains PSG. Let's see if PSG makes another move to close the deal. Thibaut Courtois has extended his contract with Real Madrid until 2027. Congratulations to Eder Militao, who got married yesterday. Pogba mania has begun. Half of the Monaco shirts sold are printed with Pogba's name. All documents have been signed for Ethan Nwanery's contract extension with Arsenal. The 18-year-old Englishman will stay with the Gunners until 2030. Inter Milan sees Nico Gonzalez as an alternative to a Ademola Lookman. His price tag, €20 million plus bonuses. AC Milan considers Goncalo Ramos a top priority. Discussions have taken place with the Portuguese striker's agents. The Rossoneri have a €30 million budget and believe a transfer is achievable. AS Roma pulls out of the race for Richard Rios. SL Benfica is now in pole position to sign the Colombian midfielder. Palmeiras is asking for €30 million. Brighton and Roma have agreed on a loan deal for Evan Ferguson. The deal includes a purchase option of around €40 million. Bayer Leverkusen were defeated 5-1 by Flamengo U20 in a friendly match. Here's what Liverpool's 2025-26 home kit is expected to look like. Here's what Liverpool's 2025/26 away kit is expected to look like. Luis Diaz wants to join Bayern Munich and has informed Liverpool. Now the two clubs need to reach an agreement. Endrick and his fiancée Gabrielle got married yesterday. Congratulations. Noni Madueke will wear the number 20 with Arsenal. Noni Madueke signs for the Gunners. Transfer fee, €58 million. Contract until 2030. The Finalissima will be played in March 2026. The Lamine Yamal vs Lionel Messi clash is expected to take place between March 17th and 25th. Alexander Isak has agreed to join Al Hilal. Manchester United and Brentford have reached an agreement for Brian Mbeumo worth €80 million. €75 million plus €5 million in bonuses, paid in 4 installments. Neymar shows on Instagram framed jerseys of Cristiano Ronaldo, Leo Messi, and Luis Suarez displayed in his living room. Manchester City unveils its new away kit. AC Milan has offered €12 million to Brighton for Pervis Estupinan. The English club wants more for their left-back. To strengthen its midfield, PSG sees Kefren Thuram as a potential target. Juventus, on the other hand, is trying to lock down the Frenchman until 2030 with a salary raise. He currently earns about €2 million per year. Rodrigo is in a complicated position. He really loves Real Madrid and feels he can still contribute a lot to the club, but at the same time, he has the opportunity to become a star elsewhere. He must make a decision. Conversations with Real Madrid have begun. Jacobo Ramon has decided to join Como. Talks between Real Madrid and the Serie A club are now advanced. He'll be sold with a buyback clause. Who inspires you the most? Noni Madueke. I'd probably say Cristiano Ronaldo. Your all-time favorite athlete? Madueke, Cristiano Ronaldo. Marcelo, Leo Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo? I love Messi, but for me, it's Cristiano. I was there with him. I saw everything. Abdallah Wazan will not play for Real Madrid. The deal is officially off. There's some mystery surrounding the failed medical. Dani Ceballos and Real Betis have already made contact about a potential return. Mario Martin to Getafe is imminent. Announcement coming soon. Jude Bellingham has successfully undergone surgery. Alvaro Carreras, my idol? When I arrived here, it was during Marcelo's time, and he was a role model for me. Roberto Carlos too, but mostly Marcelo. Fran Garcia and Alvaro Carreras share the same agent, Ginés Carvajal. The agent has begun seeking options for Fran Garcia after Carreras signing with Madrid. AC Milan has contacted Fran Garcia's agent. Luka Modric has given Fran Garcia his approval. Barca is one of the clubs monitoring Darwin Núñez. Barcelona must notify La Liga and UEFA by mid-August of the stadium it will use starting September. This is especially important for the Champions League, as UEFA rules require all group stage matches to be played in the same stadium. Inside Barca, there's no secret. A return to Montjuic during the first part of the season remains a possible option. There is nothing concrete between Xavi Simons and Barca at this stage. Barcelona announces the Gamper Trophy has been moved to the Estadi Johan Cruyff and won't be played at Camp Nou. The meeting 2 days ago between Deco and Faustino Simons was not about Xavi Simons. The player dreams of playing again for Barca someday, but it won't happen this summer. He prefers to wait. Ter Stegen must decide whether to undergo back surgery before July 24th. He's initially against it, but the club won't give him a choice if the pain persists. If he undergoes surgery, Barca will register Joan Garcia for the season, and Ter Stegen will have to choose his next club in January. Inside the dressing room, it's said he's been complaining constantly since preseason began. The conversation with Hansi Flick closed the door on any future at the club. If he doesn't get surgery, he'll have to leave. Thiago Alcantara would like to work part-time with Flick's staff, with whom he collaborated at the beginning of last preseason, but the club is not considering it. Bruni Bargi is impressing Flick and the team. The young winger signed this season is showing good form in his first week of training and is aiming for the Asia Tour. The club's plan for goalkeepers before the Asia Tour. Szczesny and Garcia will travel, while Ter Stegen will stay at the club's facilities to recover. The club is working to finalize administrative procedures for Kachin ahead of his trip. Pena will remain in Barcelona to decide his future and won't travel. If Ter Stegen's injury is proven to have occurred during his recent international duty with Germany in the Nations League, FIFA will compensate Barcelona financially. If he's out for 4 months, the compensation will be around €2.5 million. Barcelona has now started working to sign Ryan Bargi, Bruni Bargi's brother. In just 24 hours, 70,000 Lamine Yamal shirts were sold. If Ter Stegen undergoes back surgery, he won't return before January 2026. Barcelona is closely monitoring Brazilian left winger Riquelme Felipe, 18, from Fluminense. Deco is a big fan and sees him as a top talent. Arsenal will face Watford today at 1 p.m. in a traditional behind-closed-doors friendly. Highlights should be available later this afternoon. Tomiyasu explains why he no longer sees a future at Arsenal. I played for Arsenal for 4 years, but during the 2024-25 season, I only played 5 minutes. I spent the whole year in rehab. During that time, I was under a lot of pressure and uncertainty. Honestly, my heart wasn't really in it anymore. I started asking myself, do I really have a future here? The Gunners will pay £200,000, plus potential bonuses, for Will Wright's transfer. The promising striker will strengthen the academy. After 7 years at the club, William Carvalho leaves Real Betis. The Portuguese midfielder played 222 matches for the Spanish side. A collaboration between Real Madrid and Marvel is planned for this season. Hansi Flick strongly believes Marc Bernal will be a key player for Barca this coming season. The Barca talent recently returned to training after a serious injury suffered last August. Bayern is interested in Xavi Simons' situation, but their top priorities for now remain Luis Diaz and Nick Woltmade. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang to Olympique de Marseille is done. Contract agreed until June 2027. He chose OM's project over Saudi offers, with Longoria, Benicia, and De Zerbi involved and ready for the Champions League. Manchester City is negotiating with Burnley for James Trafford's return, born 2002. The Sky Blues are trying to reduce the €46 million release clause for their former goalkeeper. His return depends on whether Ederson or Ortega leaves.